Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Malfetta. I just wanted to show you today the iPad view. Now my iPad is pretty new, so it might be a little bit different on yours. But the first thing you're going to do is go into your Google Slides app. And when you start a new Google Slides presentation, you go to the plus sign on the bottom right hand corner. Okay, and it comes up choose template or new presentation. I'm going to do a new presentation. And remember, we always do our first name and then you do what it's about. And so this one's all about. Notice I'm capitalizing. I hit the shift button. The reason I do that is because it's a title. Then I'm going to hit create. Now, it always comes up this way. Double tap to add a title. So I'm going to add all about me. All right, remember I'm going to capitalize it, and then I'm going to double tap the subtitle, and I'm going to do Mrs. Malfetta. All right, okay. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to add some more slides. So I'm going to go to the plus sign on the bottom left, and it's got the little rectangle plus sign. And now I have lots of slides to choose from. I want my slides to have a title and also a place to write. So I'm going to pick title and body. You know what? I want two more of them, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to do it a third time. You know what? I also want to thank people for looking at my presentation. So I'm going to go to the plus sign. And I'm going to look for, I just want to write one line. So I'm going to use the slide that says section header. Okay. So now I'm going to go back up to slide 2. That's called a thumbnail. Notice how it's yellow now? And I'm going to double tap to edit. I'm going to call this basic. Now remember, I'm going to capitalize basic info. I'm going to come back later and fill in the info. Now I'm going to tap on number 3 on the left-hand side and then double tap in here, and it's going to be my favorites. Okay, and notice how words pop up. Oh wait, there's the word favorites. They did the work for me. Now I'm going to go to 4 and I'm going to double tap here and I'm going to write interesting. Oh look, there's that word again. Now I'm going to capitalize because it's a title, facts. And lastly, I'm going to double tap to add at the end and say thanks for watching. And since that's a sentence, I'm not going to capitalize it. I'm going to hit my shift, put a little exclamation point. So now I have my 5 slides, okay? See, interesting facts, my favorites. Okay, so the first thing you can do is start typing your basic info. And so mine is I live in Massapequa. Oh, look, it's coming up because I type it often. Massapequa Park. And then I can hit the space bar twice and it will give me a period, okay? I have 3 children, okay? And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about my children and my husband and how long I've been teaching. But I'm not going to waste this time now. Then I'm going to do the same thing in favorites. Now in favorites, you could either write a paragraph or you could do my favorite thing, okay, is you're going to double tap to edit. And then on the top of the toolbar, you're going to see 3 dots with 3 lines that look like the pancake. That will give you a bullet, okay? So my favorites is like reading, mysteries, okay? Oh, look, there it popped up. Now, in order to do another, I'm making a list. When I make a bulleted list, I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to write swimming. Most people are surprised, but I love to swim. And I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to add some more items. Now, on the 3rd slide, you could do the same thing. Double tap to edit, find those 3 dots with the pancake, and voila, right? So some interesting facts about me. I have traveled to 18 countries, so I would include that. And now I have my start, okay? So you're going to complete these slides, okay? After you're done with that, I want you to get a little wild and crazy, and you can start to add some clipboard and stuff. So let's take a look at the toolbar for just a moment. So if you look at the upper left-hand corner, you have the redo and the undo and all that. Well, it's undo, then redo. Then you have this triangle, and it just means present on this device. We'll talk about that more at another time. The next one is to add people, but you're not going to add people right now. I'll teach you that another time. The next thing is probably one of the most important buttons, but it's insert. Whenever you see a plus sign, it means insert. So you can insert comments, but that's really for people that are viewing your presentation. So when you do something, I will be commenting. You can add a text box if you want, okay? But we're going to undo that because I don't really want a text box. Remember, that first little arrow is your undo. It's your best friend, okay? And then I'm going to go to image. I can add an image from my photos or from my camera. I'm not going to take a picture of myself right now. So I'm going to go to my photos, and oh, look, there's my beautiful, beautiful granddaughter. Okay, so I'm going to put a picture of June in. Okay, so an interesting fact about me is that I'm a nana, and I'm going to have 2 more grandchildren. So look at how I put her picture in. But I also said, I'm going to go back and double, that I have traveled to 18 countries, right? Okay, so I wanted to add a map of Europe because that's where I've traveled mainly. Okay, so I'm going to tap outside of anywhere I want just to get everything off because I want to add some more clipboard here. So I'm going to go to plus, and I'm going to go to image, right? And I downloaded a picture from Google before, so it's on my camera. Okay, oh, not on my camera, cancel. Oops, cancel. I didn't mean to choose that. I meant to choose from my photos. There we go. And so I downloaded this before. Oh, whoa, that's really big. Tip alert. You do not want to go and drag it from the side to make it smaller. And then no. You hit undo. Whenever you resize anything, you always go from the corner. Doesn't matter which corner. And you pull it in. So then it actually does, resizes it correctly. And where can you get clip art like that? Well, I'm going to show you. So Google is your best friend. So you would go to google.com, and on there, I'm going to do, map of Italy, because that is my favorite country. Okay, map of Italy. All right. So you can see there's lots of maps, but I'm going to, instead of, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, it says all, I'm going to go to images, okay? And so I'm going to look for a map that I like. When I like, oh gosh, it's so hard to decide sometimes. I think that I like this yellow one right here, okay? Now, in order to save it, I'm going to tap and hold my finger, and then it's going to say download image or share image. I'm going to hit download, and it's downloading it. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my slide presentation. I'm going to tap out of everything. Oops. And I'm going to go back to that add an image, and then I'm going to go to from photos, and look, there it is. And I'm going to, it's too big, so I want to make it smaller. It's like I'm making like a little collage here of things that are interesting about me. So I would go back here, and then I would do return, and then an interesting fact is I'm going to write Nana. I'm going to just, now whenever I want a period, I just hit the space bar twice, and then I am expecting a new grandson soon. Okay? And period, you just hit the space bar twice. So I've given you lots to think about. As you noticed, as you're typing, do you see that bar that appears above? You're going to see that you can make things bold. So here, look at, I hit the B for bold. You can hit the I for italics, and it'll make it slanted a little. Not going to keep that. You could underline everything. Nah, I don't like the way that looks. The next one is weird because you're never going to use that strike through. But the next one is very important because you can change colors. So I don't want everything to be black and white, so I'm going to make everything blue. And then I make sure it's checked on, and look, everything turned blue. Now, I could highlight my words, and I would pick yellow, but I don't really like that. So I'm going to go up to my undo button and undo that. So you can also determine where you're going to put it in the box and everything, and we're going to talk about that. All right, but for right now, this should get you set up a little bit so that you'll be able to create a really great presentation. You're going to put images on all of the pages and stuff, and I'll be here to give you some more tips. Hope you enjoyed this video.